Hey fellow Brick fans, DJ Bricks here, back for another review. And before we get started, as always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. I upload Lego Marvel content every Saturday. But getting into today's review, I have a Lego 2021 Marvel set based off of their Avengers property. It is set number 76168. It is the Captain America Mech armor. It is has 121 pieces, recommended for building ages 7 and up, and retails here in the United States for $9 for about $10. And it is the last of the 2021 mechs we're going to look at. This one's, of course, styled after Captain America. So let's get into the set, start deconstructing it, and seeing how it stacks up, starting as always with the minifigures. Taking a look at the only figure in this set, it is, of course, Captain America. It is his mech. This figure is very specifically based off of his Marvel Now appearance in the current comic book runs by Hendrickson. It is nice to get a more recent costume of his. Talking about his shield here, it is the same piece we've been getting since Avengers Endgame. I do think it's a lot better than what they did in the past. You get a nice crisp color on the front there. You get the silver in the back side of it really well. The helmet you've also been getting since the Endgame. It is printed the exact same. You get some nice torso print there on the front of the torso. Really reflects the outfit in the comics nicely. There's a back torso print, and my camera's kind of not catching it. There we go. You got some extra silver detail in that star there that gives it extra dimension. It is a nice update of speaking of the comics, it is a nice update of that classic look for Captain America. But taking that helmet off is the same exact head we got last year for the Gamerverse version of Cap, where you have more serious expression there. You have the chin strap printed on there, so when he's wearing the helmet, it looks like there's a chin strap there. And then he's just got a normal head there without the chin strap. And that's what that looks like with the mask on. But flipping that back around, that does it for our look at the Captain America figure here. Let's move on to the actual set. So taking a look at the actual build of the set, it's like every mech that we've had released in this line. There are some substantial differences. There's less really all detail compared to the other mechs, where it's a little less involved with the piece counts. But what they do utilize here is a fantastic array of colors here, just to make it look like just a beefed up, mic'd up version of Captain America's traditional red, white, and blue outfit here. It is, speaking of the building process itself, much like the previous mechs, it just is slightly repetitive when you get down to building the arms and limbs, though I will admit that the hands and the knees there are slightly different, so they're not the exact same build. That more incorporates with the couple of play features that are in with this set. But flipping around here, you can see the back of this mech here. You, again, little bit of a small difference there with the back of the knees. This is for a very specific reason that we'll get into in a bit. But you do have Cap's shield here, represented as a large dish that is removable. and it is printed nicely. It's made to look like it's an actual large metal part of the mech, but it is removable. You can just take it off. It just plugs into the back there by a couple of Technic studs, and you can go over to the hand here and put it on his wrist, so he can actually look like he's wielding a giant version of his shield. Back of the mech here, you can see again similar designs here, along with the hip there. Same design for the cabinet where the minifigure is stored here, though I will note that right here where the emblem is for Captain America's version is very different from the previous ones, where they were just like kind of a metallized plated look of what their front of the costumes look like. Here it's just a smaller version of Cap's shield that's done like that. It's really weird and inconsistent, but this canopy piece just opens up like all the others. You can fit Cap in there nicely. He grabs on just like I've shown in previous videos, just clips in with that Friends piece there. His shield here, as I'm getting back to this, there's a clip here at the back of the knee where you can just clip his shield, his minifigure accessory there without, so you don't risk losing it. I always appreciate when Lego includes accessory storage, that way kids don't lose something that important. But as you saw, there is an issue with the shield piece because of how it's attached to both the back and the arm there. It's kind of very loosely attached. It's only by like a handful of studs, so it doesn't really stay on that well. It'll bump off easily. That's another issue with it. But let's get into articulation for this guy. So going over articulation at the shoulder here, we do have a terrific motion. You can go back that far, forward that far, and it can go up and up that and down there. You do get an out, what is a shoulder joint there. It can go up that far, go back that far, kind of can go back side to side. Wrist joint can move all the way around. As such, you do got 4 different articulating fingers. So you can get that in a wide variety of poses. Once again, you do have waist swivel here. You do have that piece stopping it like the previous mechs. But you can go a little bit back and forth there. At the knee, at the hip joint, you can go out that far, go back that far, go forward that far, which is very nice. At the knee joint, you can go, you get a nice range of motion once again there. You can twist it all around. And at the ankle joint, you can go forward that much, back that much, and you get a little bit rocker, which is great. So you can get this guy in a wide variety of poses should you want to, which is always great for mechs. So let's try to see if we can get him into a nice pose. This is a fairly iconic pose for Captain America with the shield out in front of him, fist in the other hand to punch someone. But you can get him into a wide variety of poses, which is always good for these mechs. Makes them really well to play with. It's just It's just a nice overall build, but that does it for looking at the main crux of the set. Let's move on into the instructions, extra pieces and whatnot, and then I'll meet you back up for my final analysis of this set. For extra pieces here, not that much stands out here. You get a couple 1x1s in different colors, including a tile, extra round stud with a hole in it, extra tactic pin, but that does it for the extra pieces. Taking a look at the instructions, pretty small. Front cover here has the QR code and the set, the box art of the set there. As always, it's a pretty straightforward build. It isn't really that involved, just a tad repetitive, as I stated. It does have 56 pages of building. I really didn't find any issues with any of that. On these 2 pages here, we got cross cells. This side for the 3 Mech sets that got released this year, as well as the cross sell for the Spider-Man sets, as well as that Spider-Man layer that's coming in March. And then here we have a parts list in case you need to order a new piece or are missing one. And then on the back you have the product feedback win promotion here with a pirate representing it this time. But that does it for our look at the instructions. Look at the box, it's the same standard size we saw with the other 2 Mech armor in the line. It's at standard $10 size. It's got that look that the Lego Avengers merchandise has. Post Endgame, you got the Lego Avengers logo there, SpaceX on the side, figure down there, a nice product shot of the set. I do really love all this, like flames and cinders flying around them. It makes that box art really pop. Top of the box features the actual size reference, which has Captain America there. Side of the box has that comic book style of Iron Man and Captain America and Captain Marvel and Hulk there, corresponding with all the Avengers merch. And then the back of the box just has an alternate pose for the set, as well as a different look at the minifigure. But that does it for the box. So going over my final thoughts for the set, build-wise, it is very similar to the previous mechs that have been released in line. It's kind of styled up a little bit different, built a little different to reflect it being based off of Captain America. So it is a little bit more bare bones than we've seen with Iron Man or Spider-Man or Thanos or whatnot. I do think that it emulates Cap's classic colors and the overall look for his suit. It does a really good job at that. I like the how much articulation it has. You can get into a wide variety of poses, including, of course, I showed some iconic Captain America poses. I do like that you can either store the shield on his wrist there or pose it on his back. That's a good thing. And speaking of storage of the shield, I do love that, like the Thor mech, it has a storage spot to hold Captain America's shield with when you put him in the mech, so that's always good with me. Big thing I don't like with this set is the chest logo, whereas all the other mechs have like mechanized look of what their traditional uniform looks, just kind of stylized and made to look metal. For some odd reason, Cap's here is just his shield instead of emulating what the front of his suit actually looks like. So that's not really that good. Talking about Captain America there, it's While it is reusing some parts, it does emulate that nice new comic book of his current suit within Marvel Comics. It is a nice variant to get of him. Quality-wise, I didn't really have any issues. Full and going into the price, absolutely worth full price for little kids. I think they're going to get a real good kick out of this. It's a mech featuring Captain America. It'll be fun to play with if they have all the other ones. For collector wise and adult, it is worth it just for like the pieces and the exclusive figure. For completing the line, but for all that, probably wait for a sale. If you can swallow that $10, it's fine. But if you really want to save some money, for adults, I'd recommend a sale. So all in all, this set gets a solid 9 out of 10 from me. Comment below, let me know what you think of this set. I always look forward to having a discussion with you in the comments. And that does it for this review, and I will see you in the next one. Until next time, keep building.